Have you ever felt like time is slipping through your fingers, like no matter how much you try to hold on to it, the days keep passing, the years keep stacking up, and suddenly you wonder where it all went? We rush through life chasing success, worrying about the future, scrolling through endless distractions, and before we know it, our bodies feel tired, our minds feel restless, and we wonder why we aren't truly happy. But what if I told you that the choices you make today, right now, are shaping not just your future, but the very essence of how you experience life itself? This isn't just modern wisdom, it's a truth that the Buddha shared over 2,500 years ago. He taught that our habits, our thoughts, and even the smallest decisions create the conditions for either suffering or peace. The way we eat, the way we sleep, the way we handle stress, every action, conscious or unconscious, either nourishes our life or takes away from it. So what if I told you that some of the things we do every single day are quietly stealing our energy, our health, and even our longevity without us even realizing it? But here's the good news. Just as suffering is caused by habits, it can also be undone by them. By making mindful choices, by anchoring ourselves in awareness, we can not only extend our lives but actually make them more fulfilling, more peaceful, and more deeply connected to the present moment. Today, we're going to explore the hidden habits that may be aging you faster than you think, habits that drain your energy, cloud your mind, and pull you away from true well-being. But more importantly, we're going to look at how the wisdom of the Buddha offers us a way out, a way to live with more clarity, balance, and inner peace. So stay with me, because this isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. Let's dive in. You might not think much about it when you stay up late to binge watch another episode or scroll through your phone, but each night of poor sleep is quietly taking more from you than just time. It's affecting your health, your peace of mind, and even your ability to think clearly. The Buddha taught that balance is the key to a peaceful life, and sleep is one of the foundations of that balance. Just as we must nourish the mind with wisdom, we must nourish the body with rest. When we cut corners on sleep, we're not just waking up tired, we're disrupting the body's natural ability to heal. Sleep is the time when the body repairs itself, the mind processes emotions, and toxins are cleared from the brain. Without enough rest, we accumulate stress and tension, much like how the mind accumulates suffering when we are not mindful. Science now confirms what Buddhist wisdom has long understood. Without enough sleep, we create suffering for ourselves, aging faster physically, mentally, and emotionally. Life often feels like a river moving too fast, carrying us away in its current of stress and worries. It's easy to forget how this invisible pressure weighs on our hearts and minds. The Buddha taught that suffering comes not from life itself, but from our attachment to worries and desires. If we cling to stress, we accelerate the decline of our well-being. But if we learn to observe our thoughts with mindfulness, we can create space between ourselves and our worries. Stress is natural. It's how the body prepares to respond to challenges. But in today's world, stress has become constant, triggered not by real dangers, but by everyday pressures. When we live in this state for too long, it wears down our bodies, even shortening the protective caps on our DNA that influence aging. Buddhist teachings remind us that peace comes from within. Meditation, mindful breathing, and living in the present moment are powerful tools to calm the mind and body, helping us live with greater ease. Modern science confirms that these practices lower stress hormones and improve overall health. After a long, tiring day, it's tempting to grab fast food or packaged meals. We eat not just with our stomachs, but with our emotions and schedules, often forgetting that every bite we take either nourishes or depletes us. In Buddhism, mindful eating is a form of self-care. The Buddha emphasized moderation and awareness in everything, including food. Just as we should not fill our minds with unnecessary worries, we should not fill our bodies with food that does not serve our health. Every meal is an opportunity to nourish both body and soul. Whole foods, fruits, vegetables, grains, and fresh ingredients are gifts from nature, supporting our health and longevity. Processed foods, on the other hand, create imbalance, leading to inflammation, fatigue, and disease. By choosing simple, nourishing foods, we honor our bodies as temples of mindfulness, just as the Buddha taught us to treat all life with kindness and respect. Your couch, a place of comfort, might actually be harming you. After a long day, it's easy to sink into it, watching TV or scrolling endlessly. But this habit can lead to a lifestyle that lacks movement, slowly affecting our energy, mood, and even lifespan. The Buddha encouraged movement, not as an intense workout, but as a way to cultivate mindfulness. Even walking, when done with awareness, can be a form of meditation. Physical inactivity slows down the body's natural rhythm, making it harder to stay healthy and strong. The Buddha and his monks walked miles every day, understanding that movement is essential for both physical and mental clarity. We don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Simple, daily movement like walking, stretching, or standing, more often, can make a significant difference in our well-being. Think about the last time you truly quenched your thirst with a glass of water. It felt refreshing, didn't it? Yet so often, we forget to drink enough water, ignoring our body's need for hydration. The Buddha taught that we must care for the body as we care for the mind, with attentiveness and kindness. Water is life. It supports every function in our body, from digestion to mental clarity. Dehydration creeps up on us, slowly draining our energy, affecting our skin, and even impacting our mood. When we ignore the need for water, we create unnecessary suffering. Buddhist teachings remind us to stay in tune with our natural needs, and drinking enough water is a simple yet profound way to nurture ourselves. Many of us drift through life without clear purpose, reacting to whatever happens rather than actively shaping our path. The Buddha taught that a meaningful life is one lived with intention. Without purpose, we may feel lost, disconnected, or unfulfilled. But when we align our actions with wisdom and kindness, we create a life of meaning. Studies show that having a sense of purpose improves mental health, reduces stress, and even lengthens lifespan. When we know why we wake up in the morning, we move through life with greater ease. The Buddha's teachings remind us that our purpose is not found outside of us. It is created by how we live each day. Skipping health checkups is another habit we often neglect. We assume we're fine until something goes wrong. The Buddha taught the importance of awareness, not just of the mind but also of the body. By taking preventive care seriously, we show respect for the precious life we have been given. Small efforts now can prevent suffering later. In this digital age, it's easy to lose ourselves in screens, spending hours scrolling without realizing it. But too much screen time can affect our sleep, posture, and mental clarity. The Buddha emphasized the importance of balance, using tools wisely rather than letting them control us. Being mindful of our screen use allows us to stay present and connected to the real world. And finally, we often underestimate the power of joy. Many think of Buddhism as serious, but the Buddha encouraged laughter and happiness. A joyful heart lightens suffering. Science now shows that laughter strengthens the immune system, lowers stress, and improves overall health. So, while we seek wisdom, let's not forget to embrace joy along the way. At the end of the day, life isn't measured by how many years we live. It's measured by how deeply we live each moment. The Buddha taught that true peace doesn't come from adding more time to our lives, but from adding more presence, more awareness, and more kindness to the time we already have. Every choice you make is a step on your path. Will you walk it mindfully, with wisdom and purpose? Or will you let life slip away, lost in distractions and unhealthy habits? The power is in your hands, and the journey starts now. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to keep going. watch one of the suggested videos on your screen, and continue deepening your understanding of Buddhist wisdom. There's so much more to explore, and I'd love to walk this path with you. Thank you for being a part of Buddhist Journey. Until next time, stay mindful, stay present, and keep walking the path of wisdom.